Welcome to another exciting tutorial on Blender versus the industry. And today I'm going to be looking at image planes. Let's compare how Maya, the industry standard, kind of handles image planes, and then how Blender, the free software, handles image planes. And we'll kind of, at the end of the video, stick around because then I'll kind of give you my thumbs up on which one I prefer. Okay, and if you have any additional comments, any other tips and tricks, I want you to leave it in the comments below and just make this a fun learning community here. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll jump right into Maya. So I'm going to go ahead and just make this full screen. Now, there's actually a couple ways to do it in Maya, but I'm going to kind of show you how Maya intends it. But before I do that, I'm going to actually make a projects folder. So you can see here, here's my reference images. I have front and side of a character. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File, and then I'm going to say Project Window, and then I'm going to click on New, and I'm just going to say Character, or I'll just call this Image Plane. Let me see here. Let's see. Image Planes. Okay, and then I'm going to put this onto the desktop of the computer. And I'm going to click accept. Okay, great. So what did that do? Well, that created a folder, and I can see here it is. And if I open this up, this is where all of the stuff in Maya is going to be saved, including the image planes that I'm going to put in. So here's source images. I'm just going to open up source images of the projects folder, and then I'm going to put my reference images into that folder. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this. And actually, I'm going to copy them because I'm going to use them again. Okay, cool. Now they're there. Now what I can do in Maya is go to my 4 views right here. And now I have my front, top, and side. And from image planes, I have a front and a side view. So I could come in here and go to View, Image Plane, Import Image. I want to be mindful that I'm on my front view. So I'll go to Import Image. And because I set up my projects folder correctly, it knows exactly where it should go. So here it is. I'll open that up. And then for this one, for the side view, I'm going to go View, Image Plane, Import Image. And it should be finding it. That's weird. So I'm just going to go to All Files. And then there it is. Here's the side. Okay, excellent. Now I have both of them. And now I can use WERR to move this, and then I can kind of set this up like that. And again, I'll move this and maybe move this up as well like that. And now I feel like I just tap the space bar. I would just want to make sure that these are aligned. So I would go like this. I would probably just kind of create a cube. So I'm going to go to Create Polygon Cube and make this larger. And then I would right click, go to vertex, grab these vertex points and move it right to the top of the character, grab these, move it down to the bottom of the character, and then maybe grab all of them and scale like that. Okay, I'm also going to go shading X-ray to kind of see this. And I feel like I want to get this as tight on the character as possible and also make sure that she's on the center line. Then if I look at it from the other view, I'm also going to make sure that this view is correct as well. So if I go to X-ray, I can see that. And if I needed to change the scale of this image plane or move it up and down, this is when I would do that. Okay. I would also do something like this, maybe inserting an edge loop, like right at maybe the chin and the fingertips. And then I would look at it over here and see if the chin and the fingertips align. And yes, they look like they do. Okay, so now I could be pretty confident that my image planes are aligned. So I'm going to go into selection mode. I'll go into object mode, right click and hold to go to object mode, and I'll delete this. I'll select my image planes. Then I'm going to go to my channel box. And in my channel box, I'm going to, with both of them selected, I'm going to hit this 4th icon over here, which is going to create a new layer and assign it to selected objects. So this is a new layer. I can see that they're on it because if I hit V for visibility, then I could name this maybe IP for image planes. And then if I click on this 3rd icon, T will template R will reference or restrict. So now you can see that I can't select it, okay, which is cool that I can't select it. The other thing that's nice about the way that I did it here is that if I put an object on here, like a cube, and if I go into X-ray mode, I can see through the cube, but it's not X-raying my model, okay? So if I just use a normal like plane, it would have kind of X-rayed this model as well. So that's kind of cool. So just kind of a cool trick there, getting in image planes in Maya and then kind of like aligning them and then also restricting them so they can't be accidentally selected or moved once they're aligned. Okay, so that's pretty much how it's done in Maya. Let's take a look at Blender. So I'll just go ahead and kind of minimize Maya, jump over here to Blender, and now this is kind of cool. I can go like this. I'm just going to kind of move this off to the side, and I'm going to go ahead and hide this as well. Here's my reference images. Okay, what I can do is I can just look at this from the side view. So if I press 1 on the number pad, I'm actually in my side view, and I can go like this, and I can just take this and literally drag and drop it from there into here. Okay, that's pretty cool. Then I can press 3 on the number pad, and now I'm looking at it from the front view, and I can drag and drop here. Whoop. Drag and drop, and it should be there. So let me see. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Press 3. Okay, drag and drop, and there it is. So now I need to align, but before I do, I'm going to kind of show another way that you can kind of do this. So again, let's just say I'm just going to go ahead and delete those for now, and I'll show kind of a cool, I don't know, kind of a cool way to do this. Let's say if I didn't want to kind of move this off to the side and kind of drag it in like I did, what I could also do is I could kind of pull my interface. If I go to the upper right-hand corner, I can kind of pull this over, and then I could switch this to be the file browser. And now I can see my computer right inside of Blender. I don't even have to leave Blender, which is kind of cool. And since I put it on the desktop, I can see here, I can go to desktop, then I can go to reference. And if I double click, I can see it. Now, if you try to drag, it's going to seem like it doesn't work. You have to actually click on the icon itself and drag. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to press 1 to get to my side view. And if I make this a little bit wider, okay, there it is. Here's the side. So if I drag this, I can drop it in. And then if I press 3, I can take this one and I can drag and drop it in as well. Whoa, let me see. And it might have changed. Yeah, it changed the other one because I touched it. So I'm going to undo that. You can see here it was that image. Now I feel like if I look at it like this, I'm going to go to female front, and I don't want to drag over that. There we go. Now I have both of them. So now I could just select my my navigational tools if I want to try to align this. And what I want is I want it directly down the center. So I'm looking to make sure that she is directly, you know, that dark line is directly centered. Yeah, actually that looks pretty good. And then if I look at it from the side, I'm going to select, okay, I'm going to just do select box. And now I can select this and move it up. And I'll put it like that. Now, if I come here, I can also kind of push this back. And I could be using my, you know, my hotkeys if I wanted to, but I feel like I think I'm fine like this. And I don't really need this anymore, so I could just kind of take this and drag and drop. There we go. Now, to align this, I'm going to do what I did in Maya. I'm just going to create a simple cube. So I'm going to go Shift A, create a cube, and then if I look at it from the front, pressing 3, I can see here. And when I look at this in the front, I can see that it looks like I've got this kind of backwards. So I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to push this one here, and I'm going to take this one. I'm going to push this here, and I want to rotate this around. So I'm going to put rotation at, well, I can just start rotating, and let's see what I need. Whoa. Okay, so if I rotate this all the way around, I can see that this is going to be 180. So if I wanted to type in specific numbers, I think a lot of people, you know, kind of forget that you can do that in Blender. Okay, cool. So now I've got this set up where if I look at it again from my front view, I can turn on X-ray, and now I can see this object. And I can move that cube. So if I select the cube, there we go. Now if I look at it from the front, I can manipulate this. So if I hit edit mode, and if I go into wireframe, I can do kind of what I did before. I could just kind of drag select over these, and then I could press G, or I could just go to my move, and I could kind of move this up like this, and then I could grab these and just move it down like that. I'm also going to grab both of these, and then I'm going to scale like that. Okay, excellent. Now if I look at it from the side, I can see that maybe I need to move that up just slightly. So I can go to this, and I can kind of I want to make sure that I'm moving the image plane. So I need to select. There we go. So I'm going to actually go into object mode first. And so, okay, hold on. There we go. And now I can kind of move that up just a little bit. Excellent. Now, to get my alignment, I'm going to make sure that I select this, and I'll go into edit mode by hitting tab, and I'm going to do a Control R, and then I'm going to slide up, put it right at the chin, and Control R, and put that right at the fingertips. Excellent. Now, if I look at it from the front, I can go here, and I can see that, yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. Let's say if I'm happy with that, I can hit tab, and I could delete this cube if I wanted to. That was just for alignment purposes. But now let's say I want to kind of protect these. Okay, so I can see that these empties, these are actually the image planes. I could right click and create a new collection, and I can put it in this collection. So if I wanted to, I could again select both of these, and then in the viewport in object mode, I can press M, and then I can move it to collection 2. Now I can see that they're in collection 2, but what does that do? Well, if I come up here, I can go to this icon, this arrow icon, and that's going to make it so it's selectable. So now I can turn off its selectability. So now I can't select it, so it's kind of permanently locked, right? As long as I have it organized, that's good. The other thing is that I don't want it to render. So I feel like I can turn off the renderable cameras here, or I can turn it off for the group as well. Now, if I hit render, I don't have to worry about this showing up in my render, okay, which is kind of cool. So that's some cool tricks in Blender. So as far as which one won, I feel like it's pretty close here. I think that perhaps this could be a first tie. I feel like they're pretty similar. I do like the fact that in Blender, I can, it's kind of easier for me to kind of see, hey, that these are actually not selectable. I guess you can see the R on the channel box if it's clicked. I can also make sure that it's not renderable, and in Maya, they're not going to be renderable either. So I feel like on this one, I'm going to say it's an absolute tie. I feel like it's fine either way. What's neat about Blender is you can just drag it in directly off of your computer just to get started. You can't do that in Maya. But again, I feel like it's pretty comparable. So very cool. Hopefully you'll learn some kind of tips and tricks. And if you want to, if you have any other kind of image plane suggestions, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. And make sure to like and subscribe. Share this with all your friends and family. I feel like they're going to get a kick out of this. And subscribe for more Blender versus the industry standard tutorials. All right, have a great one.